Advantage Arsenal at half-time. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doing a Premier League away team talk behind for the first time as Manchester United manager. Arsenal getting the goal early.
Yeah.
Curious fashion.
Well, yeah, it was really straight. I didn't know what was happening because it's not the kind of goal you see David De Gea concede, but you see he gets a lot of time, but the swerve does him. You see him from behind the goal. He kind of takes a little step to the left, De Gea, and you know it goes in. I'm obviously delighted to see it go in, but you know, no pressure from Fred, no pressure from Matic. When you see him here, he's got the time to shoot, and it was the way that Arsenal started. It was fitting, really.
Was that too easy for Arsenal?
I think early in the game, I think it was. You know, we see, we'll talk about a formation change in a bit, but, you know, I don't care who you are. You know, if you've got an embarrassment of riches up front, you know, for me it doesn't matter, but you still need to win games, you need to have control in the midfield. Arsenal totally controlled it, and it was not until, you know, I said the formation change where Manchester United came into the game.
What was David De Gea thinking there, do you think?
Just looks like he's anticipated it's going in the opposite corner, and halfway to the goal, the ball, he's still going left.
Yeah.
So he's got no chance of getting back. And it ends up being a huge gap on the right-hand side of the goal. Totally unlike David. I mean, he has let a few goals in this year outside the box, but, yeah, I mean, it just... you see him saying to the bench that it moved. It's moved a little bit, but not a huge amount where, you know, he ends up nowhere near it. So it was a poor goal, and it just showed the amount of space that Arsenal did have in the midfield.
He's got good sight of it as well, the ball. Yeah. So I think it's a mistake from the keeper. You know, it's not moved that much.
United have had chances though, the other end.
Oh, every time United go forward, they look dangerous, and it's a great ball here from Luke. And we talked about Lukaku, the run that he's on. You expect him to score that. I mean, that's an easy chance.
The problem I've got with him missing that one is that it's come on the volley. He's got the broad side of his foot. He should be scoring that chance. Good effort from Fred as well.
Yeah, and the chances just kept coming. And you know, I think we talked about Marcus running through, but Lukaku also can do that. Yeah. Marcus plays a good ball, uses his strength, and we're just saying maybe he could take another touch. But credit to the goalkeeper there. The goalkeeper did really well to stand up, not commit himself, and then make it as difficult as possible for
Lukaku. At the other end, you picked out the formation beforehand with Arsenal and how positive it was. Have you seen that in numbers getting forward?
Yeah, it was. Because when you see Arsenal getting forward, and like we say, we were outnumbering Man United in the first. You can see how many bodies getting forward. You see Aaron Ramsey, who's meant to be one of the holding midfielders, getting forward. Everybody got 6 people up there in the box. Xhaka holding. It looks very, very compact and very organised. Again, you see all the bodies getting forward, and I think that they need to keep doing that, because what's happened is once they did do the formation change, then Man United started to get their guys forward. And what is quite worrying for me is that Man United haven't really got anything going yet, but they've had 3 really good chances.
And you mentioned that change of shape. We'll have a closer look at that when we come back in a moment with Arsenal in front at the Emirates at half-time. He's got all the talking to do. He's trying to win 9 at home in the league in a row, but it's finally poised at the break. But as you've all been mentioning, United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer changed midway through that first half. What was his thinking here, do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I talked before the game, going away at Arsenal, always having that extra midfielder. You know, if we look to the past, Scholes, Keane, and adding that Darren Fletcher just to bolster that midfield. And just halfway, you've seen Ole gesturing that 3, and we were wondering, do you mean 3 up front? But obviously he changed it to 3 at the back with Ashley Young, then becoming that centre-half with Lindelof and Smalling. And what that did, that just shored it up in midfield. Ozil was running the game in the first 15-20 minutes. Fred over towards that position where Ozil was picking it up. Matic and Pogba was the key, because then from Ozil running the game to actually Pogba, getting Pogba on the ball a lot more and it just looked a lot more solid and also dangerous going forward.
You said you were still concerned from an Arsenal defensive point of view. We saw one magnificent move from Manchester United just before half-time.
I think it's got to be total credit. Great play from Man United. One-touch play. This pass so far, pass of the game. And then I would have to say this touch, brilliant. But then he plays a ball into Dalot. Dalot has to control it first, then look up. He's got to try and get that into him. And Giggsy was saying, so as he can play it first time. If you watch it from this side, great touch from Lukaku. Now he's played him a pass that he has to touch. Then he's got to try and cut it back, whereas you want to really be putting that in first time. But that move was just brilliant. Brilliant move what the Man United done.
What does a neutral think here? Think United are going to score?
I think, yeah, the way they're playing and the way they've sort of come into the game a little bit more, and obviously the chances they've had, you're thinking, well, yeah, they probably will do. Arsenal are leaving themselves a little bit open. Obviously Manchester United, strong team, strong players, and certainly they have the players to do that.
You expect United to score as well?
Yeah, but I also expect Arsenal to change it because they were getting overrun.